Hey guys, Kev here, and I have a couple of knives here that were sent in, and I wanted to show them to you. So I'm gonna unbox them with the TRM Bulldog. This is a left-handed knife, which is really nice. I've really enjoyed this one. Stuck around since the review, and I just think it's cool that they did a lefty version, USA made, Magna Cut. Nice finger choil there. It's probably their thickest knife in terms of stock, so it's more of a EDC knife overall than just kind of a gentleman's carry, if you know what I mean. So the first one here is from Dapper Designs. And I think I've actually reviewed this design before, but this is kind of a final version. So I brought out the crossbar lock on the Bulldog because these two knives have crossbar locks. That one's the river lock in particular, but it is essentially the Axis style lock. So this is from Dapper Designs. I really like the people over there. They've been good to me, good to the channel, and I always appreciate their support. So this is the Shozen, I believe is what it's called. Don't have a card or anything here, but I'm pretty sure it's called the Shozen. I'll pull it up on their website. I do have a discount code for Dapper Designs. They have a great little pocket flashlight, the Ion. But you can use my code. I think it's LeftyEDC, something like that. I'll put it down below, obviously, but I think it saves you 5%. It's a little fifth pocket knife, and it has a crossbar style lock, and it's just unique in design. It's very rectangular. This is an ambidextrous model, and it is in titanium. So you have these crossbar lock tabs here. They stick out pretty far, and so you can get purchase on them. And then you have a wire clip. And I probably would have preferred a low profile wire clip, although with a knife this small, it might be good to have this wire clip because you can really grab onto it versus the low profile one, which is really good being low profile in hand and in pocket, but you can't get as good of a grip on it. It does come with this here little Allen wrench, actually two of them. So it looks like we have, these are not Torx, are they? So the tooling on here is not Torx. You have an Allen style wrench for the pivot and I guess the clip, right? We can go ahead and see how this works. We'll reverse the clip over to Lefty. I do keep some Allens around, but we will just see how we can do with this guy. Well, I guess I can use it this way. So that should let us, okay, so that lets us release the clip. Now let's see if both sides are the same size screw, or if we're gonna have to flip that screw around. It should be good, it looks like. There's enough room there because of the liner and everything. Whoops. Basically, I like it when companies do this type of design with the wire clip. Doesn't always work because you don't always have the space to fit it. I do wish the tooling on this, I suck with small things. That's what she said. But yeah, my fine motor skills are okay, but I just have, my hands are a little bit larger than this stuff and it makes it difficult. Some people can relate. So what you do there is you can put the screw in just a little bit, and that gives you the space to pop the tongs, the tangs, the wire tines of the clip around the screw head, and then you can continue tightening it down. Makes it easy because when you have to put the screw and the clip in at the same time, it can be frustrating. And that's just how you have to do it sometimes. Like if you look at some of our designs with wire clips, There's just not enough space. The screw would stick out all the way into the frame if we made it long enough to do that. But in this case, you have that ability, so I can now tighten this down, and we can just snug it up. That should be good right there. And now we have that on the left side. Let me tighten this one down. And we are good there. And then you have this little guy for, I suppose it's for these body screws. Very tiny little Allen key there. But it's nice that they provide those. And obviously if you have an Allen key set, or you have Weehaw bits or whatever, you're going to be covered. But that's pretty cool. I don't know why they didn't do Torx, but maybe they wanted to make it a little different. So then you have a little slot here in the blade for, I suppose, flicking. Let's give it a shot. And that was difficult, I believe, because I'm on the crossbar lock tab. Makes it kind of hard because you have to kind of stay off of the tab, probably, to give it a flick. Let's see if I can do it right-handed for any reason. No. So I think it's meant, I guess, to be maybe two-hand operated, or yeah, maybe it has to break in. I can try the thumb here. Yeah, I can thumb it out. I do wish that this stuck out a little more so I could get more access to it. Let me just adjust some stuff here. It seems like we're getting a little bit of jostling going on over here. That's what happens when your stuff starts piling up. There we go. So I'm trying to just wrist it out. It's just so hard to keep my finger off of this area. I just can't do it, I don't think. Oh, there we go, I got it. So I'm sure with enough practice, you could get pretty proficient at flicking this out. I don't think it's meant to be like a super fidgety knife. It is pretty fun to close, and the slow roll is pretty good, actually. I think Urban EDC sent me one of these a while ago, but they wanted to send me the final version, or updated version with the ambidextrous clip. I think the one I had was only right-handed. Once it's open, there's your grip. I can actually get 4 fingers on there. It feels pretty good. And then I can index really well in a pinch grip. This is really comfortable. So you can do your utility cuts and such. Looks like a nice, oh yeah, that's a sharp blade for sure. I don't see the steel marking, so I don't know what it is. If it's like S35 or something more affordable like D2. I guess we're gonna need to pull up the website here. But it's actually pretty fun to play with once you get the hang of it. Dapper Designs. So let's see here. We have the, ooh, it looks like they have a new flashlight, the Hikari. I think they mentioned that to me. They were going to send me a prototype or something. So I look forward to that. They have a pocket organizer now, which is a little pouch. There's their little clip keychain knife, which is interesting. And then the ones we've seen before. I don't think I've seen this magnetic quick release. That looks pretty cool as well. We've seen the Ion bolt action pen and the all-weather notebook. And I think we've seen the split rings and stuff. So let's check it out. Here's the Shozen. Is that what I said? I believe that's what I said. But there you go. It's $69, so it is not very expensive. I really want to see what the blade steel is. It says it's named after our firstborn son and his great-grandmother. Japanese side of the family. Oh, that's cool. So you have a right-hand only option, and then you have an ambidextrous option. That's pretty cool. So instead of having a lefty, they just did an ambi option, which I think is kind of smart. VG10. Wow, I haven't seen VG10 in a while, but that's It's a solid blade steel. I would take that over D2. And for 70 bucks, you're getting VG10 and titanium. So it's not just, it's not just a steel or aluminum or G10 or whatever. You're getting a premium handle material. And look at that. They even call it the axis lock. The patent did run up on that. So I think they're okay calling it that. And VG10 is also good, I think, in this case because, it's got some Japanese heritage to the name and everything. And VG10, I believe, is a Japanese steel. So it's kind of cool. It is available. You can see that. And again, I do have a discount code, and I think it saves you 5%. So it's not going to save you a ton on this one. I think that would be like $3.50 if my math is right. But the code is LeftyEDC. So I'll put a link down below to it. But that's the Shozen. And I actually like it quite a bit. I wonder how the clip is going to work with this little tab sticking up here. Let me test it out real quick. So, as suspected, that does get in the way quite a bit, actually. Oh, wait. There it went in fine. So you kind of just gotta, when you push it in, you want to just kind of hook it, or you want to kind of hook the seam of your pants up and in here. Like, instead of going zzz, you want to go like, zzz, Let me try the double seam, or I'll just try the 5th pocket, actually. Yeah, fits perfectly in the 5th pocket, no problem. The clip works great. Obviously, it's a wire clip. Now, the other cool thing is you could probably swap this clip out. I don't know how many of you guys are going to be interested in this, but we can give it a shot real quick before we get to the next one. If we see here, we could test out and see if like a lynch clip fits in here. And that'll give you an idea if the other Spyderco replacement clips would fit. I'm sure somebody in the universe has wondered this question, so let's answer it for them, huh? So I have a couple of kinds here. I don't know if one of them's like, I know this one's a standard, and then this one might be the giant mouse one. I think that's what this one is. I know this one's a standard one, so. It does fit. So it looks like, oh, wait. Well, you got to be able to obviously tighten the screw down. I can just squeeze this guy in there. Let's see. As it tightens, it's going to get easier and easier. So should work. If I can get this in there to snug it would be ideal. Yeah. So I have, look at that. So I have the lynch clip in there. This is the standard Spyderco replacement clip for the for Spydercos, obviously, and they fit a lot of stuff. So that's pretty cool that fits on there. Let's see if we can get it back out. Yeah, no problemo. Going to get a little harder as we come up, but we should be able to sneak the clip out. Yep. And we'll see. This, I believe, is the giant mouse one. Looks like that one is a little too wide. It's very close, but it's a little too wide. So that one would not fit. I don't think I have any like milled pocket clips that would make any sense to try. Like I'm sure I could test out the different milled clips that we have, but it doesn't make sense because they're not really readily available for people to just buy as a replacement. So I think that's enough. You should probably be able to fit a Rips Garage Tech clip as well. So if you are interested in the Shozen, those are your details. Those are your options there. And yeah, let's check out this second knife. This one is from a company called Tacray. Tacray, I've actually seen in the past. I think they have some kind of pen. And actually, real quick, we could do a size comparison. Here's that Bulldog. And then here's a nip slip. I think it's going to be even smaller than a nip slip, which is a great 5th pocket slip joint. This is like a 2 1/4 inch blade with like a 2-inch cutting edge. So you can see it is not a very large knife. So definitely a good 5th pocket offering. We can see here we have a 2-inch cutting edge, 2.1, 2.2 inch overall on the blade, and then just under 5 inches overall on the knife. So that is the Dapper Shozen. Here is the Tacray. So they reached out and asked me if I wanted to check it out, and I don't know, it looked interesting. I thought maybe you guys would like it. So I said, yeah, sure, I'll check it out. It's D2 and G10, and obviously this packaging looks a lot like the Olight packaging you see, or even I think Kaiser has used packaging like this when they did like their little utility knife. So it seems like whatever company that is the one that is making these, but could just be a similarity in packaging as well. But yeah, I've heard of Tacray, Chinese company, obviously. And I think I saw on, I think it was Doom, Beard of Doom. He had like a pen, and they might make some crazy ass stuff too that you can get on like Amazon. I think it's like an Amazon brand, but if you guys know more than I do, please let me know in the comments. I just know, you know, they hit me up via email, I think, and I just said, yeah, sure, because it looked interesting. So there we go. You guys all know why I thought it looked interesting, because it's a sheep's foot warning style blade. And look at that. I mean, it really does have the look of that utility blade that that we've all seen. It was my unboxing knife for a while. Let me see if I can find it. I had a whole stash of utility blades. I think I put it, yep, there it is. Put it in there, and you can see it almost has the same kind of design features. You can see it's got the same exact setup for the liner there for the crossbar, even up here for the stop pin. So well, I guess not a stop pin, but for the liner. But obviously something is related here, right? So I know this company, LeftyEDC or 9TieEDC, I asked them actually if they could make me some of these utility blades, like a lefty exclusive one. They said they could, and then they just like kind of flaked out on me in terms of responses and stuff. So it never happened. But I believe they make the Kaiser, maybe it's not Kaiser, maybe it's just Olight. But they make the Olight ones look very similar to this, and they even had a carbon one just like this. So anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting. So I don't know the relationship there. I don't think it's a knockoff situation. I think it's the same shop situation. So, so yeah, we have this Warncliffe style blade. You guys know I really love that style. Stupid lightweight. Like this thing weighs nothing. You have, I believe, yep, you just have like quarter, I'd say a third of a liner. So the liner only comes to here where those screws are, and that holds your lock and everything. And then this is just solid carbon fiber. It is that nice weave carbon fiber. When it's flat like this, it has that 3K kind of look to it. But I don't believe this is the kind that is like a laminate or anything. It's possible. But I think it's the good stuff. I don't know. It looks good either way. But when it's contoured, it has a different look. Let me see. Where is that? Oh, I put it away. If you check out my video on the covalent, the Kershaw covalent from the other day, you'll see it's very similar, except when you contour it, it looks a lot better. It gets more of a matte look to it. But maybe this is the laminate stuff, because I don't see any carbon like on the sides. So I think this is the G10 laminate. But they did a good job with it. It's dead centered. You have a nice sort of coat hanger style hole. The spring is dialed in. You have D2 steel, so, you know, who knows what steel that actually is. There is no reversible clip. That's really a bummer on here because being a lefty, if you have a crossbar lock, it's almost a necessity that you're going to have a reversible clip because not everybody's going to be as, you know, nimble as I am with their fidgeting left-handed. You know, you have nothing to grab. So righties, you guys don't realize this, but when you go to close a knife like this, your fingers are on the clip. So you have something to grab, and then it gives you the leverage to pull down, and then you swing it down, right? So this is the operation you're doing, or you thumb flick it out, and then you can just sit there and fidget, right? But that clip is...
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Man. Dude, the new Apple Intelligence is super annoying. It just comes on randomly. Trying to be helpful, but geez. So yeah, it's kind of something you don't even realize that you grab that clip all the time. And as a lefty, it's a little harder when you don't have that. Now, I've kind of got it figured out. I think, you know, a lot of lefties can do it, but if they could just give us a reversible clip, it's obviously a budget knife, right? It's not like you're killing the aesthetics. You got screws everywhere already. You might as well throw the clip over there. So that's kind of a big miss, in my opinion. It looks like they have a garaged style stop pin. This is very much like what you would see from Wii knives. So you can see right here, you have that stop pin on the blade. So it's an internal garaged stop pin. It goes around on that track and then gets tucked away up under there. And then when it closes, it comes down and around and it tucks away in there. And you can see it when it's opening and closing. You can see that the, looks like the liner, that third liner, has washers. See the steel part right there? It has these steel washers attached to it. So at the top of the liner is this rounded portion for the washers, and then the bearings can go inside of that, which is really nice. I like how that setup is done. Stupid thin as well. I didn't even think about that. The blade stock is really thin. I mean, look at that. For some reason, I want to say this is called the Stingray, or I feel like oh, maybe because the name Tacray makes me just think Stingray. You guys may have seen this knife before like 100 times. I don't know. I'd never seen it before when they showed it to me, so this is new to me. It's not quite a warning, I don't think. I think there's a little bit of a, let me get a box to put it on just to see if it's flat. So let's see. Yeah, there's a little bit of belly there. You can see daylight on both sides, and then you can rock it. Whoa, and cut yourself almost. There is something else in here. I think, did I pull that out? There looks like a cloth is down in there as well. That's kind of nice. Lengthwise, we have a 3.4 inch blade, or cutting edge, 3.6-ish inch blade. And then we have a 4.25 inch handle. So 4.25 and 3.6. So it's actually pretty good on the ratio, I think. Look at that. The tip comes almost all the way down to the end of the handle. Can you see where that tip ends? Very hard to show you here. Let me zoom in. It's actually pretty impressive. They got the tip, there you go. They got the tip almost all the way to the end, but left enough space that you can't cut yourself, which is nice. Here's a look at that carbon. Even though it's that laminate kind, it does look really good. There's a G10 on the side. Tacray on the clip. I'd prefer not to have that on the clip, especially on a black model like this. To have it be white like that is kind of gross, but it is what it is. Why not just leave that logo there? The springs are good in here. Springs are really good. Very easy to flip. Very fun to fidget with, honestly. Other than the clip being, right hand only, it's very good left-handed. The thumb flick would be harder because I don't have that clip. I'm good at it right-handed, probably because I have the clip, or I don't know why, but just better at it. The slow roll is good. Again, that reverse flick is real nice. Luckily, it doesn't have a front flipper, so lefty, that clip becomes even more important with a front flipper, but it's okay. You could probably front flip this even without the jimping. Let's see if I can do it. Nope. It's just a little bit under that pivot. Makes it sort of hard. Yeah, I really like this. I'm not a big Amazon knife guy, if you know what I'm saying, but this is a solid one. It's got good Omega springs in there. Let's see how much it is. If it's in that, sub $40 range, then I think it's going to be a really solid option for you guys. If you're trying to save some dough. Looks like Tacray has a few models. $35, dude. 35 bones on this one. Do they have a discount or anything in here? I don't see any discounts. $34.19. If they give me one or something, I'll put that in the description. I don't know if they gave me one in the email. I don't think so, but I'll double check for you guys. So check the description. And I'll put a Amazon affiliate link down there. So if you want to use that, it will help the channel. Of course, that's up to you guys completely. But I'll go ahead and do that. They did send this to me. It looks like delivery is pretty quick on it. So should be good there. I think I did see another version there. Let's see. No, it's just a similar looking knife. It's a folding kitchen knife from Tacray. Look at that. In VG10 steel. It's actually pretty interesting looking. I don't know. You guys let me know. Do you have a lot of experience with Tacray? Is their reputation good? I haven't heard anything bad about them. I just haven't heard a ton about them, right? They just seem like one of those Amazon brands kind of doing their thing. So, yeah. Let me know your thoughts. But that's the Tacray. I guess they don't have a name for it on here. Do they? Let's see if they gave me a Tacray Tarcus. The Tarcus. The Tarcus Tacray. And I'm not seeing anything in regards to a discount code. Now, they do say it's a PVD coating. Ultra lightweight, ergonomic, G10 carbon fiber handle, axis lock mechanism with D2 steel. So, there you go. And here is what they asked for, just in case you guys want to know, because sometimes, you guys are concerned with reviewers and such that they're just getting paid to show knives and recommend them or whatever. Hopefully you guys know from watching my channel that I don't do that. I've never taken a single dollar from a company for a review, if that makes sense. They've sent me products and I have affiliate links, but it's on me to decide if I want to promote that link. It's not like they give me $1,000 to make the video and then I also get the affiliate link. No. The affiliate link is there. If I like the product, I'll promote the link. Makes it real easy for me. For me, I think that's honestly the best way to handle it, because it's like a win-win, right? You guys get discounts and stuff here and there on products. You get an honest review from me. The company gets an honest review, but they still get promotion if I like the product, right? Then the affiliate link, me promoting that helps them. So it kind of works all around. But, I've never just taken money to do a video. I mean, if somebody wants to give me a ton of money to make a video, I guess I would do it. I would just put, I'd just be like, they gave me a ton of money to make this video. Warning, warning. I like money, but I would never sell out for you guys and try to hide it from you or something. Anyway, so for full transparency, here's the video. Here's their email, tacrayteam@outlook.com. They said, hey, here's Tacray. I barely read this stuff. I just kind of breeze over it. Do you want to check out this Tarcus? Here's the link, D2 steel. It says right here, we ask, honest feedback review video highlighting your genuine experience. Permission to reshare, repost your content with full credit on our social media. Interested, just reply with your shipping address and shipping phone number. And then down here are some specs they give you. 35, you could tell I never read it. $35.99, color black, folding knife. Why does it keep doing that? 7.8 inches overall. Thank you. I didn't want to do that math earlier. 3.5 inch blade length, 4.3 inch handle length, 58 to 60 on the D2. And then there's your weight, 2.68 ounces. And then, just the regular camping, hiking, outdoor stuff. Yeah. So I appreciate it a lot when companies send me requests like that, where they ask for an honest review. They're not pushy about, I need 2 videos and 1 short, and you got to mention this, that, and this. And, I always just say, I am willing to check out the product. I will do an honest review, and I'll do it in my way. If you're cool with that, cool. If you're not, you're not. It's that simple for me. But anyway, I'm going to shut up. There's the Tacray Tarcus. Here's a size comparison. I guess, they've got some similarities too. That's the tall boy from Divo Knives. We're dropping these on Thursday, the 20th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, along with hardware kits on our website. We have 3 versions, and then there's 3 dealer exclusives. I have a video detailing all that. Check it out if you're interested. But if you want sort of a premiumed up version of this, because they do look similar, check out the tall boy. But size-wise, tall boy is 3.6 inch blade and an 8 inch overall knife. So basically just add 0.1 to each end, and that's where you're at right there. So there's your size comparison. I can close them up as well so you can see right there. Okay, that's it, guys. Shozen from Dapper. So you got your little 5th pocket knife, and then you've got the Tarcus from Tacray, which would be your more full-size knife. Oh, one other thing I wanted to measure was the blade stock. They didn't include that in their info there, because this is thin, man. I'm going to go with a 1/10 of an inch. Ooh, 0.8. Let me see if I can get down here and get it on the flat. 0.85, dude. So I'm guessing it's more like 0.09. Jeez, that's a thin boy right there. And I thought the covalent from the other day was thin. This is even thinner. This is like quiet carry waypoint and drift thinness, which is pretty impressive. So if you're going to get a budget crossbar lock knife, I think these are good options. Don't buy something like this garbage right here from Ozark Trail. Backpack B sent this in to me to check out. He thought I might be interested in it because people talk about it. I kind of hate it and don't want to talk about it, but don't spend $10. Spend $35. You know, you get a lot more for that money. This is hot garbage. You could tighten that all the way up. It'll never center up. If this blade is even sharp, which it doesn't feel like, it's not going to hold an edge for long at all. You can't. I mean, it's a $2 knife. They made this for $2. How could it? You know? The only thing this knife is worth buying for is to remove the springs and put it on a different knife. And it might honestly be worth it. If this is $5 or even $7 or whatever, that's $7 Omega springs. It might be worth it to put it in your bug out or whatever you want, because they are nice springs. They have good tension on them. So that's the one thing I would recommend the Ozark Trail Knife for, is the Omega springs. So there you go. I love you guys very much. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. Check out the links down below to the Shozen and the Tarcus. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.